Good morning, my beautiful subscribers. This is Fearless Soul Tarot, right after Christmas Day, to see what is going on with our Universal Year 1 that will be starting in 2026. So this is a general reading. Please take what is for you, leave the rest behind. This card came shooting out, Queen of Swords. Wow. Excellent. And three more. When I said Universal Year 1, I think they all came out for you. There we go. Oh my God. Three female figures and the king. We have a Queen of Swords, the King of Wands, the Empress, the Five of Cups in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse. But we have the two queens, and we've got a lot of female figures in your reading. Universal Year 1, a major reset, a restart, as you can imagine. So I'm going to take cards from several decks so we can actually get a more sort of general reading of the Universal Year 1 for you. Maybe not this one, this one. So as you know, I will never get in touch with you asking for money, readings, for you to pay me anything, or soliciting any sort of monetary gain. That will be probably something that I will never do. If somebody does that, please, it's not me. Ignore, block, or report these people. What else was I going to say? So this is a general reading, energy readings. I'm going to do astro tarot, let's say, astrological readings mixed with tarot and numerology, and just general energy readings for you. This is the first one of many. So we're going to see what the cards say. I never pull out the cards with my hand. I always let them flip as it just happened. The world has been coming up a lot, the world in reverse. So we're just going to do a big general reading here for Universal Year 1, 2026. Also Chinese Year of the Horse, also interesting and relevant. The Empress twice. Very, very strong Empress energy, ladies and gentlemen. So if you don't know your astrological positions, it's important to learn your ascendant besides your sun sign, and your moon, Venus, and other positions, you know, moon, but especially moon and ascendant. So if you want to consult, there's different astrological websites. Oh my God, the tower. Just to finish off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that was a bit of a bonus card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you very much. So let's see. I'll take out some more cards if need be to clarify a few more details. But let's get to it. Queen of Swords, you start off. So we have 12 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You start off the month of January with a very, very strong energy. Queen of Swords. Nobody messes around with the Queen of Swords, as we all know. It is an amazing card. Let me put it closer to you, maybe, for you to see her beautiful, beautiful dress properly. She is a wise decision maker. She is extremely intuitive, but also very rational and sharp in her communications and conversations. As she's in the right upright position, she is the Queen of Swords, a tough leader, an unbiased decision maker, an excellent communicator, wise and logical counsel, has integrity, has honesty, she's being perceptive, intelligence, being direct here in January, and seeking your truth. So you speak with wisdom and clarity, my dear subscribers, in the month of January as the Queen of Swords. I'm just going to get a little extra reading for you from my other book that I was currently fixing because it's become... Some of the pages have become dismantled in one of my little reading books. But the Queen of Swords is really an amazing card to start the year off in January. So as you know, she, as we were saying, this is a card really that is an air sign. So it represents Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So if you have any positions in this sign, or you are interacting with these signs, this is an indication that you might be having this strong energy. So she's, as I said, an intelligent woman, a gifted woman that protects who surrounds her and is always ready also to give compliments, to kind of push for new challenges. In this reading, she represents a solid ally, although the priority is with her interests. So put yourself first in January, guys. I don't know if you're making New Year's decisions, if you're going to the gym. You're going to do something that will give you priority in January. Amazing year one energy. Frequently, it indicates also a single mom or an independent woman, like a businesswoman, somebody without a partner, somebody that's super, super strong. In February, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, also a super, super strong energy. But clearly here you are going to use your energy for something. You need to work on something here a bit more. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse indicates that you are, in fact, having to take some measures possibly to protect your finances. And exactly, financial stress, that's exactly what comes out first in one of the explanations of the card. February, financial stress, a bit being self-absorbed, careful with smothering others. You know, this is a warning. Don't be like a helicopter parent, let's say, and don't do it to yourself either. Overindulgence, work-home imbalances, too much materialism, because you start so strong in January. There's a risk this kind of tips over. So enjoy your deeply connected life and lead with an outpouring of warmth, abundance, and love. So try to balance this energy, not to come in all guns blazing, my dear subscribers, because it certainly looks like it. The general energy of this year one shows me that we are not here to mess around. We have come to get our act in gear. That's what I'm listening. But of course, with the Queen of Swords, you speak with wisdom and clarity. You will balance out this energy. You'll be able to do it. But the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, consider it, just an emotional management card, I'd say. It basically means you have some frustration, some insecurities here in the month of February, and there's a need to control these. You feel the need to control every situation, but let go, let life flow a bit more. This card can also indicate the influence of somebody with too much responsibility who is not a promise keeper. So careful, especially with your professional interactions, throughout the month of February, because there's somebody here approaching you for something new, maybe, and just watch, because you're coming with such a strong sort of leadership energy. Then you have the Empress in March. The Empress is in reverse. So this means that you also have to work on this major arcana energy in March. So you start the 3 months of the year super, super strong, the first 3 months. The Empress, super strong. She comes out twice in your reading, so we're going to go deeper in this card. The Divine Feminine. But she also appears in reverse, right? So maybe this sort of strong start, and then this sort of, and something makes you insecure in February here in your life, and it makes you emotionally overwhelmed, a bit shutting down a bit. You need for some self-care here after the first 3 months of 2026. It's some disharmony. The issue about being over materialistic is coming up again. being overprotective of your creations, being overly dependent on others. So try to be more flowy, take it easy. It means that if you're overwhelmed, you can't produce, you can't create so well. So you need to create the conditions to give birth to your more abundant future. There's a need for balance, like these three women should all be in the upright, really. So there is a need for balance of material and personal living. So maybe as a preventative measure, and this is why we have the divinatory arts, maybe prepare, draw out a plan and try to stick to it, where you have self-care, where you have some sort of, personal activities. So it's not all work, because we all know that a good worker is a balanced worker. So with more harmony, with more love, you're going to have more abundance and more productivity. This is a really good card because it's a major arcana, but when it's inverted, she can become very authoritarian. So careful with this, with the Queen of Swords at the beginning of the year. She just can become very pushy. It's a kind of emotional extreme cards. So we're going to try to regulate this, because here we had the frustration, the insecurity, and some emotional dysregulation. So possibly here, some sort of, you need to regulate your emotions, but also it can be a mother figure or somebody with a mother figure or mother role in your life that's being overzealous, that can be blackmailing you. So it can be something more serious here if it's somebody else that is in your life with this maternal kind of energy that is supposed to be looking out for you, but is actually overzealous and presents this imbalance, might stress you out. So your beauty can become, there's a risk of this stress becoming infertility, a lack of productivity with what you want to achieve. So be careful. If someone looks very maternal and very caring here in the month of March, and they seem to be looking out for you, but be aware that that might be a disguise. They might put your stability and your independence at risk. March, so be careful with that. 5 of Cups in reverse for April. April is a great month. The 5 of Cups is also a fabulous card, but it is in reverse. So that might be concern and sadness, because of something that happened here emotionally, some maternal figure. It can be a man or a woman. They don't have gender, right? The cards, even though they have different men and women in them. The 5 of Cups in reverse can mean that some sadness here in April might be difficult to deal with some relationship that failed. I keep thinking it's this person that represents this empress. So you are trying to get over something here in April. You saw that your dream regarding a particular relationship, what you imagined, is not really going to be reachable, achievable, but please know that you are ready to advance. This is a transition phase here in April where you can look at your future with renewed hope, but something goes on here in March that makes you kind of reevaluate something here. So the 5 of Cups in reverse, again, is not letting go of some past trauma. It might be this immediate trauma, but it also might be something more. Crying over spilled milk, rooting sort of deeply into shadow work. So something, the sort of stress and imbalance of the first 3 months kind of make you go deeper without healing and letting go. Old stories that become a part of you, callousness, and becoming jaded. Your tender heart helps you navigate towards your bright future. So you are pushing, because then you have the King of Wands in May. January, February, March, April, May, exactly. Very interesting. I'm just seeing you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 2 6s in reverse. So I also want to see that before I forget. Because you've got a 6 of swords and the 6 of cups in reverse, which are 2 matching positions for tarot cards. And in traditional tarot, when you have 2 6s in reverse, it means disaggregation. So I don't know if it has to do with this position between June and July, if there's going to be some sort of disaggregation, but that it might not be exactly in these months, but there is an indication there's going to be a splitting of some sort. It can be personal, it can be professional, it can be romantic, it can be a friendship. They're both under, if you want to look at it from a perspective. Sorry, my baby dog is acting out. When I was talking about the segregation, so you have the 6 swords in reverse, one of them's under the Queen of Swords, and the other one's above the Tower. So one of them is here right at the beginning of the year, if you want to look at it right under January, but then the other one is in June. And the Tower is in December, next December. So possibly, I can't give you an exact, layout of exactly when things are happening. I'm just reading the energies throughout the months. But I would definitely look out for this aggregation energy of the 2 6s, inverted 6s. I'm just going to double check. But I think I saw it properly. Yeah. 2 6s, disaggregation. So something splitting, stopping, let's say. A separation, really. The King of Swords, the King of Wands, great card for May. Super, 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 super strong energy. I can feel it. He is super energetic. As you know, Wands are fire energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So you might be in that energy, or somebody in that energy might be interacting with you in May. You are an entrepreneurial spirit, you are a natural born leader, or you're interacting with someone like this. Ideas that can be ultra successful, a creative visionary, a timeless success, and fiery energy, passionate and heart-fueled. You will build this empire of light, maybe together with somebody else. So maybe sort of something comes in here that leads to the disaggregation, because June and July have the 2 6s together in a row after May. So something definitely is up here. You are this King of Wands, you're in a good position to really become a leader, let's say. It doesn't need to be leaving a job or anything dramatic like that. I mean, it might be, but it also may be that you are creating your own stability within stability, right? So the King of Wands is a great, great card. He is dynamic, great communicator, in love with people and ideas. So you're like massively pushing things in May. A free spirit, can be a traveler, can be an entrepreneur, living the life he or she chose, can be impetuous and egocentric, but has the maturity and the knowledge that will grant him or her many friends. So people, we all have qualities and kind of personality flaws, everybody does, but people value clearly who you are. Great maturity, great knowledge, just an incredible kind of energy, really. So many friends. The heart, it also means protection, energy, and determination. So you are protected in whatever transition split, whatever's happening here with the 6 of Cups in reverse, because I strongly feel you have something that needs to be reassessed. The 6 of Cups in reverse by itself means feeling stuck in the past here in June, lamenting some decisions, some actions, need to forgive others, reminder to forgive yourself, letting people in, and a need to deal with regret. So dealing with some past and going to the front, forward into the future here in June, at peace with your past. It brought you here, so to June, whatever's happening here in June, and where you are meant to be. The 6 of Swords in reverse also. So I think this is very interesting around your reading. You have the Six of Cups in reverse and the Six of Swords. They are right after each other, and together they mean this disaggregation. So always, when you look at the Six of Cups in reverse, it is kind of an indication that you should deal with things just the way they are and not the way you would like them to be. Okay? You want to see all your desires fulfilled. That might lead you to stop looking at an essential need that you have. In a relationship, the inverted 7 can alter to emotional disillusion. So, sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. Sorry. So it means nostalgia and also, as we said, that made sense because it's matches the other meanings I have here. Nostalgia, difficulty dealing with the past, abandoning the past. Don't try to keep something old alive. It's keeping you trapped here in June. You need to get new opportunities and deal with new people. What is stopping you from advancing? That's the question I wanted you to ask, because the Six of Swords also comes right afterwards in July. It is a card that shows, also inverted, that stagnation, sort of lost opportunities because of not being able to let go of something here in July, between June and July. Also, this can also be alerting you to make extra efforts in order to do something. I don't know exactly what you'll be doing in July, but when you just want to rest, but the only way in July, summertime in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in Portugal. So in July, you probably just want to rest, but actually you're going to have to kick it because this is disaggregation here in June, July. So it can indicate this need, to push, even though you want to have a bit of a rest. But it seems that you'll be pushing forward here regarding something and the Six of Swords in July. I'm just going to double check if the Six of Swords really is these difficulties accepting help. Maybe you're being too self-sufficient. You're not asking for enough help for whatever endeavors you have here in July. So resistance to change, resistance to accept help. You really need to look at it from a perspective that you kind of have to look at these arduous transitions, maybe carrying baggage and weight from the past. You can help and accept help easily across this transition. Maybe other people are not being 100% honest to you, or you're not being 100% honest to you here in July. Something that is secretive, something that you're not quite sharing or seeing in other people. It can be from others to you. Others might be taking more than their fair share here. Or you might be being held back by this imposter syndrome, insecurities. Act from a place of love and morality, and the universe will witness your honest intentions, okay, here in June and July. So the universe sees everything, knows everything. So don't be fearful that if other people are not acting in their highest regard or your highest regard, don't give up too early on some situation here in June and July. So really, really measure whatever disaggregation is going on here. For whatever you have the courage to do, even if you feel you're lacking it, please know that you're going to find a solution when you are able to evaluate honestly what is upsetting or bothering you here in June and July. This card also may indicate dishonesty, theft. So careful with your things. It could be idea theft. It can be not physical. It can be technological. It can be intellectual theft, right? So careful with your ideas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Swords in reverse in August, September, October, November, December, in August, Eight of Swords in reverse. Very interesting. It intensifies your difficulty in leading with adversity. You're in the middle of the year, right? Or just over the middle of the year. Summertime, after it's one of the periods of rest. Making you waste time, kind of valuable energy, and you're blaming yourself for something else, other people for a difficult situation. It's time to set yourself free of whatever is making you locked in. So stay away and leave prejudice, leave whatever preconceived ideas you have about something, and actually sort of go ahead and do whatever you want to do here in August. The Eight of Swords in reverse. It can indicate that you are being the victim of something, or you're feeling like a victim, feeling helpless. Something here, using your stories of the past experience to remain shackled. I've heard shackled a lot here in June, July, August. You're free to choose your healing and your light, okay? So something spurs into action. I don't know if this is related to January, in the February, March months to the June, July, but it's kind of pushing you. You're free to choose your healing. You're free to choose your light. September is the world in reverse, so something is really waiting for you. The world goes round and round. So when it appears in reverse, know that it will always come up again. It will always turn, right, in your favor. Careful for taking shortcuts in September, the need for closure, need to follow through, staying focused in order to complete unfinished tasks, delay in plans, unmet dreams. You accept this gift of completion and ascend to new levels of awareness and wholeness. You are love, okay? So this is good. You kind of push through whatever. You need to look at this, analyze this position that you are in September. But you kind of go around the situation and create a very good path for yourself, really, because the world, as I said, goes round and round. It is a major arcana. It is a hugely auspicious card. It just needs to be deblocked here in September. Something needs to happen here. It's realization, it's birth, it's endings and beginnings. So when it's inverted, which is the case, there's stagnation again, or incapacity to advance. So you may be being a bit stubborn here in September, and refusing to let go of the past or your current way of life. This lack of flexibility might make you lose stimulating and challenging new beginnings and changes. So when you are in constant orbit, you are connected to descending cycles, which can be suffocating and unsatisfactory, and you should break that pattern, okay? The Knight of Cups, he appears here in October because you clearly are processing something here, and it's going to go well because the Knight of Cups is a great, great card. He's super affectionate, loving. It might be a person, it might be you, it might be a situation that represents this Knight of Cups energy. But when he shows up, he's very auspicious, he's generous, he's affectionate, he's kind, has like a dreamy ambition here in October of 2026. Great energy. When he shows up in a reading, he really means he has good feelings towards you. So it might be somebody towards you, or you might be the Knight of Cups. He actually looks like a girl here with a lot of blonde, sort of long hair, but these are medieval themed cards. It's the Worth, the tarot, if you want to see it. The cards are absolutely magnificent, in my opinion, the design. So when he appears in a reading, he can mean proposals, new relationships, or new friendships. Also, might not be so active as he or she seems, which means you might actually sort of think, oh my God, is this person really interested in me? because it's not somebody that pursues somebody like hard, hardcore. November, the Empress, and right beside her, the Tower. Oh my God, something massively changing is going to happen in your life in November and December. The Empress is a spectacular card. The Empress is sometimes, I'm just going to go deeper into the sort of more traditional meanings of the card, represented by her full face. And so the Emperor is her kind of partner, husband. So it's universal fertility, fecundity. If you see, she's kind of pregnant in the picture. So if you don't want to get pregnant in November 2026, be careful. If not, fabulous. Realization, action, initiative, longevity, not knowing something, sort of being a clandestine. Maybe it's a secret pregnancy. I don't know, something clandestine. So this is like the very original meanings, historical, ancient meanings of the cards. Also, difficulties, doubts, ignorance, or not knowing something. So it has a lot of secret symbolism. She's like the daughter of God and of the heavens and the earths. Her crown has 12 stars united in groups. She is a symbol of Venus, and the symbol of Venus is on that shield right beside her in the traditional tarot. Here it's an eagle, but actually the original symbol is Venus. So there's like seeds growing in front of her, sort of harvesting season in November, and also a stream of water. So the scepter that she's holding is crowned by the globe of the world. And we also had the world card in reverse. So the globe of the world, here it's actually a little cross. But in the traditional white tarot, it is a globe. She is on the inside of the Garden of Eden. She's on Paradise on Earth in November 2026. So something very important is going to happen here. Everything is symbolized by man's invisible home. She is not the queen of the heavens, but she still is the loving, fertile refuge for sinners. So she is, in fact, a loving motherly figure, the fertile mother of all, let's say. So in many aspects, she has been correctly described with her wings and with desire. She is really dressed in sun energy and a lot of good energy. So she is really a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. And this card, the Tower, is many times misunderstood as a negative card, but actually it means the house of God, la maison de Dieu. And that tower, top of the tower, is the crown chakra being blown away by something